Welcome. It's Champion Dave from CheapWineFinder.com with another podcast for a wine review we wrote up on the CheapWineFinder.com website. And today we have something from New Zealand. It is the Kim Crawford Hawke's Bay Rosé 2021. Hawke's Bay is on the North Island, the southeast corner. It's where the New Zealand wine industry started, but most of the wines you're going to find, especially in the price range of the Cheap Wine Finder, is going to be in Marlborough on the South Island, which is the north section of the South Island. And then a lot of Sauvignon Blancs and Pinot Noirs come from there. Hawke's Bay tends to be more boutique-y, smaller vineyards, smaller producers, maybe more family-owned small wineries, where Marlborough tends to be bigger conglomerates of sorts. And one of the unique things about this is that it's 70% Merlot, which, I think I've never had a Merlot from New Zealand before, and it's 30% Sauvignon Blanc. So there you go. You got a red wine and a white wine all in the same wine, which for a rosé isn't that much different. In Australia, you can get a white wine added to a red wine. In some places in France, and when it's a still wine like that, a full-bodied red wine, they add a white wine sometimes because it has acidity or it has a really bright nose, and it gives the wine a little oomph and a few more aroma. It adds a little bit to the wine. In a rosé, since there is no or very little skin contact, and the difference between a white and a red wine isn't that big in a rosé. One thing Kim Crawford said about this wine is it has very little skin contact, but it's kind of got this amber, orangish, pinkish color. I'm going to take a sip. Yes, they said it has very little. One thing about a red grape, the fermentation process takes the juices and all the chemicals inside a grape and turns it into something else. And the red grapes have tannins in the skin, and the tannins are chemical compounds that give a wine structure. But in a rosé, since the skins are only there just a little bit of time, there's no tannins. So you kind of get the other side of a red wine that a full-bodied red wine overshadows. So this is a Merlot. Usually Merlot is a dark flavored wine. This one is kind of light and interesting. And then you got the 30% of Sauvignon Blanc, which makes it something else altogether too. I'm going to take another sip. There's like lemonade and maybe strawberry. Yeah, little light flavors, maybe nectarine. Yeah, this is a really smooth, easy to drink wine. It's got nice flavor to it. It's a very tasty rosé, easy to drink, no odd flavors, smooth, delicious, kind of like what it's supposed to be. I didn't know what to expect from a Merlot-based rosé from New Zealand, but it turned out to be a really easy, nice, smooth, tasty wine. And that's about all I can say about it. I mean, it's really kind of interesting. And from an interesting place, you don't get that many wines from Hawke's Bay. And it should be about $10, maybe $9 to $13 online. Take another sip. The acidity kind of, calls to you to take another sip. Yeah, it's everything I like. I mean, it's got good flavor. It's got good acidity that makes you want to drink more of it. Doesn't cost that much, and it's interesting. It's got flavors that doesn't taste like the next rosé. And there's so many rosés out there, rosés nowadays, that one that's a little bit different is kind of cool. So I don't have that much to say about it. It's good. It's interesting. It's inexpensive. You know, that's what cheap wine finders look for in a wine, and you should be able to find it pretty much everywhere. And it's not the same old, same old. It's not from the same place you normally get, even though it's New Zealand and it has Sauvignon Blanc in it. It's from the other part of New Zealand. So that's it for me, Domain Dave, CheapWineFinder.com. It was an easy one this time, just a rosé that tastes great. I mean, it's smooth and easy. No, nothing to confuse you or complicate the issue. It's just something that you can drink and blaze a nice afternoon away with. So adios. This is Champion Dave. I keep on forgetting who I am. And like us, we like your podcast. And I will talk to you in a couple of days with something we always do. And keep it cheap, stay safe and warm, and adios. Bye-bye.